Montana is a wild place. Its vast landscapes, small population, and incredible wildlife make it seem like one of the last untamed places in the West. We've headed to Big Sky Country every late summer for the past few years, and we've been fortunate enough to film weddings and elopements here in between travels to our favorite spots. This time was no different. We had an elopement scheduled near Whitefish, so we headed to the area a few days early, trying to find a respite from the massive heat wave which had gripped much of the country. We spent the hottest hours of the day working in coffee shops and co-working spaces, and in the evenings we'd run or hike.
So we are running through a forest of huckleberries. Welcome to Montana, cheapest gas of the trip.
Glacier National Park is another highly anticipated yearly stop for us. We've explored much of it between our filmmaking jobs and personal adventures over the years. Our favorite hike of all time is the Grinnell Glacier hike. About 12 miles total, it's an all-day endeavor, but it's well worth it when you reach the glacier and the lake that sits beneath it. It's otherworldly. I hope we can continue the tradition of these yearly visits to the park. There's something absolutely magical about this place. Unfortunately, we had to make the difficult decision to cut our time in Montana short, as the heat was just too intense. But where there's sacrifice, there's opportunity. While we had always planned to go to Washington for a filming job, we would now have time to visit the Olympic Peninsula. On our way out of Montana, we spotted a place called the Bison Preserve on a map, and immediately decided that it was the perfect place to end our time here. At about 18,000 acres, it sits on the Flathead Indian Reservation and is home to nearly 400 bison. As we watched our last sunset in Big Sky Country, we felt excitement at the prospect of cooler weather, beaches, and rainforests.
We're basically running from 100-degree temperatures all the way across Washington, and we decided to go to the Olympic Peninsula. Since we don't have berries in Colorado, we definitely wanted to pick some on our way. And they're everywhere! This is a Mountain View Blueberry Farm in Snohomish. Highly recommend it.
What does all this mean? Yeah, well, no one's gonna change a thing without a reason.
You look like a professional blueberry picker. We have way too many. I don't know how we're gonna fit this in the van.
We did in fact fit all those in the van, and proceeded to have blueberry pancakes every morning for the rest of the trip.
We made it to Port Townsend, where we had our honeymoon 9 years ago.
We fell in love with this little town on the Olympic Peninsula the first time we visited as newlyweds. This time, we got fish and chips at the Silverwater Cafe and had a picnic on the beach, watching the sunset over the Cascades in the distance. We also made sure to spend some time at our favorite grocery store, Aldrich's, where we caught up on work and enjoyed their amazing coffee. Our few days in Port Townsend were so relaxing. We were reluctant to leave, but our next stop had us pretty excited: Olympic National Park. Being from the landlocked state of Colorado, we stopped at nearly every beach we could along our route. Great job. Marveling at the ocean and exploring tide pools. We came to Washington for a filming job, but it ended up falling through at the last minute. We felt pretty defeated and discouraged. Since we were already in the area, we figured Mount Rainier National Park was as good a place as any to decompress and reflect on our journey so far. The theme of the Montana and Washington segment of our trip seemed to be disappointment. We spent weeks adapting to a record-breaking heat wave and failed expectations. But this is textbook van life. It's a lifestyle that demands extreme flexibility as things hardly ever go according to plan. Despite the challenges, maybe even because of the challenges, the memories we make on the road are always worth it. Next time on Return to the Road.
It's like probably the most amazing thing I've ever seen.